Everyone, I am Kelly Shaffner. I am so glad that you are here today. I have a sales report to share with you for the month of May 2020. If you are interested in reselling content, what sold videos, or thrift hauls, then please subscribe and join me for a future video. I want to jump right into this, guys, because my sales were pretty good for the month of May. In today's video, I do want to share the highlights, the fast flips over $50, because I do feel like that can be really valuable information. I'm happy with my sales in May, and they're not spectacular, but they are much better than my sales have been the 3 previous months. If you've been following me for any length of time, you know that last year, probably about August of 2021, I discovered that if I listed 100 items a month, that I was selling almost 100 items a month. I could almost bank on it. Between 98 and 103 items would sell if I listed 100 items. And that was a really, really great motivation to help me to list a lot. But in February, I listed more than I ever had, almost 300 listings, and my sales took a nosedive. And we all know, if you are a Poshmark seller, you know that Poshmark started adjusting their algorithm and to date has not given sellers much information on how to utilize the changes that they have made. So we're all just kind of winging it. I have to say that I do feel like my Poshmark business has rebounded just a bit. And so I'm going to share with you the same things I always share. I'll break my sales down into categories. And if there's time, I want to share some noteworthy quick sales that were under $50, but I think they are noteworthy because I find a lot of bread and butter. That is what you are going to see in this video. Not a lot of luxury in my Poshmark closet, but I still had an average sale price of over $41, between $41 and $42, and I just had a sale, and so I want to jump right into it. Okay, I have notes. I listed 162 brand new listings in the month of May. Now, if you go to my seller insights, you can see published listings on Poshmark, and that number is actually 217. And why is that? Because I relist old stale inventory. I use relisting as a tool when I am too busy to get brand new listings up. And I did use that in the month of May, 217 listings published, but the actual brand new listings that went up was 162 items. And guess how many sales I had? 154. Okay, so that number is getting much, much closer. The actual brand new listings and sales is within 10. It's 8 away. And the month is not over, guys. I still have about 10 more hours before the month of May is over as I am filming this video. So that number could get even closer, which is really promising to me. Is relisting old inventory worthwhile? I still think it is because it does generate activity on the Poshmark algorithm. It registers as activity, but the actual number of listings and the number of sales is getting closer and closer, which is what I am aiming for. So I was happy with that. Okay, I'm going to jump into categories. I always share my categories with you, and you might not be surprised by my top seller this month. And my top seller was shoes. I sold 54 pairs of shoes, and I listed, I don't know the number, but I listed a lot of shoes in the month of May, and I think that is directly related to the number of shoes that I did sell. My next big category was dresses. I sold 40 dresses in the month of May. That's more than one dress per day. I'm really happy with that because I do have a lot of dresses listed for sale in my Poshmark closet. And tops has been my number one category since I started reselling, and it is not even second, it is third this month. I sold 27 tops in the month of May. Guys, I am not sourcing as many tops, but you will see a couple tops made it to the $50 and over list. So I am trying to source better tops. Everyone needs tops, but generally they sell at a lower price point. point, and the tops that sold for me this month, some of them actually sold really well, and those are the tops that I am trying to source these days. Next up is jeans, and I included pants with the jeans because I sold so few pairs of pants. I don't source a lot of trousers or slacks, but sometimes they come my way and I do list them to sell. 15 pairs of pants and jeans. I think I only sold 2 pairs of pants, but I did lot those two together. 15, which is lower than it has been in a while, and I think that has everything to do with the weather. And speaking of the weather, I sold 8 pairs of shorts or skirts. I don't sell a lot of skirts, so I did combine those two together. 2 skirts sold, 6 pairs of shorts sold, so it was okay. I do have quite a few shorts for sale in my Poshmark closet, and I kind of expected that number to be higher, but that's what it was. Jackets, coats, I sold 2. Happy to make sales of jackets or coats in May, so 2 was great. I also sold 8 kind of miscellaneous leggings, athletic leggings. Only sold 1 pair of athletic leggings. They sold really fast. They were the Alphalete, new with tags, camouflage joggers. Those sold in a day. I sold 1 handbag, and actually it sold for over $50. It was not a quick sale. It was a quick sale after relisting. I'll include that one with my $50 flips. But 1 handbag, 2 pieces of swimwear. That's not part of the miscellaneous. I actually skipped that one. And then I had a waist trainer. I never shared that waist trainer. I picked it up at the bins. It was a hot pink waist trainer. I sold that. I sold a romper. Only 1 romper by Title IX. That sold pretty quickly too. And I sold 1 bra. So that's a breakdown of all of my sales. I hope I included the pair of shoes I just sold. So if I'm one off, that's where it is. In total, $150 for sales. My average sale price was over $41. I'm not exactly sure what the exact price is because those numbers just changed. Should we jump into the $50 plus flips? I know that is why you are here, guys. I'm going to talk about some bundle sales and returns. Returns kicked my booty, guys. I got it where returns are concerned. So stick around if you want to hear that. In no particular order, we'll go through the sales that sold for $50 or above. You know what? We should start with that handbag because the handbag was not a real quick seller. It was less than 90 days. Okay, what's a quick sale? We should actually define what a quick sale is. 90 days, anything that sells within 90 days makes me very, very happy. And so this handbag did sell within 90 days, but I did have to relist this handbag. It was a Donald J. Pliner rust orange suede leather handbag. It was beautiful. And I knew when I found the bag, when I touched the bag, when I wore the bag myself, when I put it on my shoulder, I knew this was a nice quality bag, but it looked like a fall winter bag to me. I still picked it up. I got it at a great price, and it did sell in May for $50. That bag was relisted because it had exceeded 60 days, and I thought I will get this relisted. So it sold quickly after relisting for $50. Next up, we're going to talk about some bins finds. The Birkenstock Buckley. Now, these kind of look like a loafer. They also look like a mule, but not the typical Boston Birkenstock that many of us have seen in the thrift stores. This was a brand new to me style called the Berkeley, and they sold for $55 in less than 2 weeks. Next up, I have to talk about these shoes. They were the Harley black leather shoes. They looked similar to a boot, but they were a shoe. I have the best luck with Harley Davidson footwear. I'm always on the lookout for their boots. They're just iconic motorcycle boots. I don't find those often, but when I find Harley shoes, I almost always bring them home if I can get them at a good price in good condition. And the Harley shoes that I had sold so quickly for $55. I think it was less than 3 days on those shoes. Next up is another pair of shoes. There's a lot of shoes on this list, but I listed a lot of shoes in the month of May. I did share when I hauled these shoes, boots that they sold. I was able to include them in a video before I shipped them out. And this was a brand new to me brand, AS98. I found these shoes in a little thrift store in El Paso on a half price day. They were marked at 99 cents and I was able to pick them up for 50 cents. I couldn't figure out the brand when I was in the thrift store. I thrifted these shoes or boots because they were so unusual and they were made with a nice quality leather. I figured that I could go home and research them. And I was so excited when I did research them that I found out this brand AS98 does very, very well on resale platforms. So I did share that. I was singing it from the tops of all the mountains because I was really excited about this pair of shoes and also selling it so quickly. I sold those boots for $140. And you know, I don't know if you've had this experience, but I bet you have when you list an item like the AS98 boots. Now, all of a sudden, my laptop is giving me lots of ads for AS98, which I don't necessarily mind because I'm getting to see photographs of different styles of this shoe, this brand, and that can help me to identify them if I see them in the thrift store. So I was really, really pleased. That is probably my best flip to date, a 50-cent item that sold for $140. I'm trying to think. I mean, that's a really, really fabulous flip. So I'll leave it at that. Next up is a dress. Okay, we're going to move away from shoes for a moment. I sold a dress by Diane Free. That is a vintage designer from the 1980s, and I had accidentally picked up a Diane Free dress in the past. It was an all silk dress, and I thought it was Diane von Furstenberg. I mean, I looked at the tag, but it registered in my brain as a DVF, and I brought it home, and when I was processing it, I figured out it was a Diane Free. It sold so well. I think I sold that dress for about $75, so I did not hesitate to pick up this particular Diane Free dress, which was not silk. It was 100% polyester, but it was so beautiful. The colors were vibrant, and it did have a micro pleated skirt on it and kind of a smocked waistband. They have the great big shoulder pads, really, really 80s looking. And this second Diane Free dress sold for $52. Next up is a pair of boots, and these boots were mine. I purchased them for myself, I wore them myself, and I hauled them. I don't even remember when, guys. It has been several months ago, probably late fall, early winter. I hauled these boots because it was the right time to list these boots. They did not sell in the winter time, but they sold in the month of May. It just goes to show I have no idea. People buy all season long. This was a pair of boots that were relisted. They were Jeffrey Campbell, the Rosalie red suede leather booties. I really liked these booties, but I found I had gone 2 years without wearing them, and I thought it's time to move them on to someone that's going to love them, and I can purchase some boots that I really want to wear, and I sold those boots for $60. Next up is a $50 sale, $50 on the nose. It was a pair of Free People leather. They almost look like Huaraches, guys. They were called the Wanderlust shoes, and they were really cute. They sold for $50. It took about 10 days for those shoes to sell. Okay, next sale was so fun. It was a Johnny Was top that my husband found at the Phoenix bins when we were in Phoenix at the beginning of April, and when I hauled that top, I was holding it up and realized it had a discoloration. So after that haul video, I did try to treat the blouse, and I figured out it was a discoloration. It almost looked like the fabric had been kind of sun bleached a little bit. It was a line. So I did have to note that in my listing, this was not a silk blouse, and this blouse was not heavily embroidered. In fact, I don't think there was any embroidery on it, but the fabric did look like patchwork. It was a really beautiful tunic top, and it sold rapidly, as you would probably expect from Johnny Was. It sold for $52 in less than 2 weeks. Now, Johnny Was, the label doesn't always make your items sell quickly, guys. I still have a Johnny Was t-shirt. It's a size extra small, and it is a V-neck that is heavily embroidered. I still have that listed in my Poshmark Closet, and it gets very little attention. So I do think the style matters, and I think if you can find a heavily embroidered piece, it's probably going to move faster and for a higher dollar, and size matters. The larger the size, the easier it will be to find a buyer, in my opinion. So yeah, next up is another bins find. It's the Lululemon jogger pants that I got at the bins. They were my size. I don't remember, but they were a size 10 or a size 12. Something that I was pretty sure I would be able to wear. I listed them right away because when I find those higher ticket items at the bins, I really need to sell them just to recoup my initial investment. And I wanted to try them on. I so wanted to try them on. But I did get them listed, and they sold. It took about 17 days for those to sell, and they sold for $52. $52 is what they sold for. This next bins find sold for $75, and they were the brand Birkenstock. I love to sell this brand. The name sells itself. People are really familiar with Birkenstock, and it has a following. I found these at the bins, bottoms up, and they did have the brand written on the bottom. And these were a slip-on sneaker by Birkenstocks, and I had never seen a style like this before. That's the beauty of thrifting. I come across styles that I did not know the brands make. So I'm learning just by getting out there, and I was so happy with this sale at $75, and it took less than a week for these to sell. The next two sales had been listed for a while. They were both relisted and both sold. Once they were relisted, they sold quickly after relisting. The first is a pair of Manolo Blahnik. I'm going to read the title, what I wrote. Manolo Blahnik Berna Napa Platino gold leather sandals. Yeah, they were a flat sandal, and I sold them for $64, and that took about 2 weeks after relisting them, and I was like, whew, I've had them for a little while. I did receive those sandals in a ThredUp mystery box, and I was happy to get them because it's a great brand, but I'll tell you what, that brand doesn't do real well for me. I sold a pair of Manolo Blahniks in pristine condition, guys, because they were mine. I purchased them myself for $675. I had the box, the wrapping, everything that came with a brand new pair of Manolos, and I only wore my Manolos once. You know why I bought them? You probably do, because Carrie Bradshaw loved Manolos. But guys, mine were so uncomfortable. And I had purchased, you guys won't be surprised, a pair of classic point toe pumps, because if I'm going to spend $675 on any piece of clothing, I need to make sure that I can wear it season after season and with several different outfits. But they were so uncomfortable that I decided to sell them on Poshmark, and those Manolos took a long time to sell. I remember when I did finally sell them, they sold for $105. I hope that that buyer was able to enjoy them, that they were comfortable for that buyer. But yeah, I think Carrie Bradshaw was responsible for me purchasing those. She made them seem like a dream, but on my feet, they were a nightmare. Now, the ones I sold were sandals, so I have to think that they are probably much more comfortable. Have you ever bought a pair of shoes or a garment because an influencer or a movie star recommended them? Let me know in the comments below because I'm guilty. I've done it. Okay, next up, the next sale is a pair of Goldie jeans. These were the Sophie jeans. They were in black and they were heavily distressed and they were a skinny style. I was excited when I found these jeans, but I'll tell you what, my skinny denim is not moving as quickly as straight legs and more relaxed denim. I did have to relist these, and when I did, they sold within, I'm going to say, 2 weeks for $50. I don't have all of the dates written down. The next one, I don't think you guys will be surprised by this. I was a little bit surprised because next piece is a luxury designer piece that I found at a garage sale. I found this dress at a garage sale. This was an Emilio Pucci silk maxi dress. It was so pretty. I believe it was a size large. Yeah, I found an Emilio Pucci dress and a, what is it? Love Shack Fancy Target collab. And I thought both of these were going to do really well. The Love Shack Fancy dress has received a lot of attention, but I still have it. It did not sell right away, but the Emilio Pucci dress sold quickly. I accepted an offer for $200 because that was a great profit for me. I like those fast flips, guys. If I haven't put the item into bins, into my inventory, and I receive a good offer, I accept almost every time. Next up was a dress that sold to a viewer, Liz. Thank you so much for your purchase, Liz. It was a Lily Pulitzer dress. The one that Liz picked up, I picked up two on the same day. Liz purchased a black Lily dress. I was a little worried about both of the dresses because neither of them looked like typical Lily, but the black one was absolutely beautiful. It was kind of like a swing dress with a bell sleeve and metallic floral on it. It was really pretty. It was called the Ophelia dress. And Liz bought that dress for $63. Thanks again, Liz. I'm glad you're happy with your dress. Hey Dude, and I'm not calling you Hey Dude, the brand Hey Dude. This has been such a fast seller for me, so I want to share it. I picked up a sample pair of Hey Dudes. I think I got these at Savers, and they were a small size. They were a size 6. They were called the Peyton Fringe. So they were a suede leather with a suede fringe on them, and the inside of them was Sherpa lined. So I thought I might have to wait on selling these just because they're probably better suited for cold weather, but they sold in less than a month for $52. If I have time, I am going to talk about some more Hey Dude because, guys, these are really rapid sellers for me. So yeah, keep your eyes open, run comps. They're awesome. Next up is a top by Bryn Walker. So here is one of the tops. The Johnny Was top sold for over $50, and this Bryn Walker blue all linen Lagan look type top sold again for $50. Next up is a pair of Chacos. These were the Chaco Z /Vol 2. I don't know if that's volume 2. Vol 2 was the title on it, and they were supposed to be a softer sport sandal than the regular Chaco sport sandal. Those sold for $52. I had those for about 3 weeks before they sold. They received a lot of attention, and I received many offers for less than $50. My Chacos always sell for over $50. I know that. And they usually sell pretty rapidly. Now, I do have a pair of all black Chaco sport sandals in a size 5. And I think I will have to sell those for less than $50 because of the size on them. I think I even listed them for less than $50. It's a tough size to sell, but I still wanted to bring the Chacos home with me. That's it, guys. That is all of my $50 and above fast flips. We've got a little time, so I am going to rapidly go through some other fast flips that were less than $50. Let's start with the Hey Dude, because I did mention that. The Hey Dude Wendy, these were an animal print. They're a super lightweight lace-up sneaker. I sold my first pair of Hey Dude Wendy shoes. I had found them new with tags, and they sold in less than 24 hours. So I'm always on the lookout for them now. But I tried them on. I wanted to keep them for myself, and I sold them. And I was sad once I sold them. So then I started shopping the secondhand market for them, and they're impossible to get. No one sends offers on Hey Dudes because I have liked every Hey Dude in my size out there, and I have yet to receive an offer. I send offers, guys, and I sold this pair of Hey Dude Wendy sneakers for $40. I want to talk about a brand that sold very, very fast for me in the month of May. I sold 3 Taos sandals in the month of May. The first pair I sold for $40, and in my notes I did not write the title. I don't know what the name of these sandals are, but they're right there, and I will put the title somewhere. They sold for $40. That was a really good flip. And next I sold the Taos Nirvana all leather sandal for $30, and then there was a $20 sale of Nirvana. They were the Aura sandal. They sold for $20. All of them sold rapidly in a matter of days. Keep your eyes out for Taos sandals, run comps. It's a brand that has really performed very well for me. And again, Fit Flops. You guys know that I talk about Fit Flops. I love the brand myself. I wear them myself, but they are also really quick sellers usually. I sold 2 pair of the flip-flop style Fit Flop sandals, okay? And the first pair I sold for $36. I'll put a picture right here. And the second pair was a pair of bronze Fit Flop sandals that sold for $32. And then I sold a pair of black leather Fit Flop ballet flats with a platform heel on those. Those were a great size too. I remember they were a size 11 and they sold for $40. All of those sold in less than 30 days. Fit Flop, look for them. They're great. Okay, I wanted to mention this sale because I sold a pair of Romica sandals. They're a comfort brand I have sold before. I don't get excited about the brand. I almost put them back, but I did bring them home and list them for sale. One of the things I wasn't crazy about on this particular pair of sandals is they were a light color, like a off-white, white cream color. These sandals sold in less than 24 hours for $40. So I don't have to love everything I sell. In general, good quality comfort shoes sell pretty good for me. So I really needed to report that particular pair of sandals, how quickly it sold. In fact, that was the first pair of sandals to sell out of that bunch of shoes that I listed. It surprised me, and yeah, I'm going to give a second look to white shoes. The white shoes are not my favorite, not even white tennis shoes, but they are favorites of other people, so that's what's important. I want to mention another pair of shoes. Let me find them on my list. Okay, they were called walking cradles. This is another comfort brand that really, really intrigued me. I tried them on in the thrift store, guys, because I had to see what they were all about. The insoles had little bubbles on top, and they just looked so cushy and comfortable. They were a brown leather sandal with the heel strap and no toe post. I mean, right up my alley. But they were a nice quality. I could tell that they were. So I did list them, and I thought about trying them for a day, but they sold so quickly that I didn't have a chance to wear them for $35. So yeah, that I'm going to be on the lookout for walking cradles. Maybe I'll actually try wearing them before I list them the next time. It took 4 days to sell these Doc Marten vintage Oxford type lace-up shoes in a size 7. They sold for $44. This is a brand that normally sells pretty quickly for me, and this pair didn't disappoint. I do have some other Doc Martens in my Poshmark closet that aren't getting a lot of interest, but for the most part, Doc Martens is a brand I always take a second look at and run comps on. And oh, I wanted to talk about this DVF dress, Diane von Furstenberg, because that's a brand that sells pretty good for me, right around that $50 price point. This dress took 3 days to sell. It was an all silk dress with a V-neck in the front and a V-neck in the back. It was a great color for spring too. It was green and white with a little bit of black, kind of an abstract print, and that dress sold for $45. Oh, I have to bring this up. I had a viewer, Krista, who purchased a pair of Brighton leather booties. I just hauled them, I think it was last week, guys, and she bought them in the first 24 hours that they were listed. They were a woven leather in the front, and the buckles were the iconic Brighton hearts. They were really cute, and Krista loved her boots, which makes me so happy. She left a really nice love note. I have to say that Brighton is not always a fast mover for me. When it does move fast, often is because a viewer has purchased it, and I love you guys for that. Thank you for your purchase, Krista. Okay, last one, last sale. And this is a bundle sale. In the month of May, I only sold 2 bundles, and I'll tell you why. I am to blame for that, because I do not bundle for buyers. I used to do that. When I first started on Poshmark, I would bundle and send messages, and I did get more bundle sales, guys, but I never received so many bundle sales that I felt like that was a good use of my time. So I quit doing it. I get a lot of people that will bundle one item, and I don't do anything with those. So yeah, only 2 bundle sales I got in the month of May. But I want to talk about this one in particular because it has a couple quick flips in it. Number one being a pair of Okabe flats. These were the jelly flats that I just recently picked up at a half price shoe sale. I purchased those flats for $2, and I got several pair of them. That is the only pair that is sold yet, but it sold in 2 days in a bundle. The next thing in the bundle was a pair of Torrid embroidered denim. They were a crop length, perfect for the summer. They were super cute denim. And the last thing to sell in this bundle was a Terra and Sky, which is Walmart. It was a 100% linen button front scoop neck tank top. It was such a beautiful color. It was linen. I knew it was going to sell. I am more than happy to sell Walmart branded items if they are made of good quality materials, and also size. Size matters. I'm not going to sell Walmart junior clothing, but I had a really good feeling about this Terra and Sky tank top. Now guys, I got the tank top in a thredUP bulk box where I purchased 100 pounds of clothing from thredUP, and I've had it for a little while, but I got that box at the end of January, so I knew it was not likely that that tank top would sell until it got closer to summer. Those 3 items sold in a bundle for $53, which brings the average cost per piece to about $17.70. And all 3 of those items were less than $2 a piece. $2 or less than $2 a piece. So it was a really nice profit on that 3-piece bundle. And before we say goodbye, I do want to talk about returns. I had 4 returns the month of May. I seldom have returns. I do get returns, guys, but I had 4, and not just 4. All 4 of those return cases came in 2 days. So it was like boom, boom, boom. I was getting hit. I had made a mistake with the sizing on one, and I had sold a pair of Vionic sandals that were in beautiful shape. But when the buyer got them and tried them on, the elastic that holds the buckle was stretched beyond use. And when I said, yes, send those back to me. And when I received the sandals back, I felt horrible that I had not noticed that and sold them in that condition. I received returns on a couple dresses, and you know what? It just happens. Flaws that I had overlooked. And so, yeah, 4 returns in the month of May. I am happy to report that I had sales every single day of May, and that has not been the case for the last 3 months. And April had 3 no sales days. So we're back to consistent sales on Poshmark. And guys, eBay is looking good. Speaking of eBay, I want to talk to you about my plans for the month of June. I'm always planning ahead. I don't always stick to the plan, but this is my plan for the month of June and maybe even July. We'll see what happens in June. But in June and July, there tends to be a slowdown in sales. It's called Summer Slowdown, and there's going to be a flood of videos with the topic will be how to combat summer slowdown. I don't know that I'm going to fight it. I expect it is coming my way. And of course, I've listed clothing that's perfect for summer and warm weather and vacations and resort wear. I have all of that listed in my Poshmark Closet. But one of the things I need to do, and I am going to buckle down and get this done in the month of June, is get all of my inventory listed to eBay. I know that I've been talking to you guys about this, and I have been slowly working on this, but I have a confession to make. Sales were better in the month of May on Poshmark, and just like I have done in the past, when Poshmark sales start picking up, I think I get my listings up and I think, let's see if it sells on Poshmark. Why cross-list it to eBay right now? Give it a couple days to sell on Poshmark, and if it doesn't sell, you can get it listed. That habit is kind of coming back. So I am going to actually lower my daily listings on Poshmark and make sure that everything gets cross-listed to eBay by the end of June. That is my goal. I also have some big projects that I need to take care of at my mother's house. And I think summer slowdown is probably the best time to tackle those projects. So I will be working on some other things besides Poshmark. We will meet again, guys. I will compile a sales report and make a video in the beginning of July to let you know how summer slowdown is affecting my sales, or if it will stay even because I have got everything cross-listed to eBay. I will report back. Do you have any plans? Have you thought ahead about summer slowdown? Let me know in the comments below if you have a strategy to combat that. I hope that your May sales were satisfactory, successful, that things are looking up. Guys, I really want all of us to succeed. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done that. And I'm going to be back because I've got some fun videos to share with you. I'm so excited about a mystery box that just arrived on my doorstep. Today, I will be opening it. Next video is a mystery box. So I will see you very, very soon. Blessings to all of you. Happy sales.